morning. Today is the Friday, the 1st of November. I'm here at power plant because I need to work and go with a lot of stuff inside Hellos. Many thanks to write me your comment in my last video. I got a lot of comment regarding the stuff I installed, you know, the Alex valve. And I have some people ask me that is not the proper installation of this type of stuff. I know that in America you use the Groco valves that use a backing plate made by fiberglass. You screw, after that you glue it with epoxy. I know this method because I follow many of these websites that explain how to do this type of installation that I really like it and I consider it very strong. The problem is that here in Europe, especially in Italy, you can find any type of Groco valves or something like that. And the cost, if you have, is about 400 bucks for each one. It's a fortune to put inside the boat. 90% of the boat, 99% of the boat in Italy and all Europe are the valve and seacock installed like that. And sometimes in filthy way than how I did. So, for my opinion, this installation pass any type of survey because it's very strong and I used the best quality stuff made for the purpose. How you can see in the last video, I changed all my valves because I have a replica from a friend, Roland, thank you Roland, that explained me that he has a problem with this type of previous valve that I had installed because the connection from here to the ball inside is made by brass and there is a cathode and anode situation that corrode all the brass inside. I call immediately Guidi, the factory that made this one, and they confirm that this type of valves are very great, but used for installation not underwater. So I leave all this valve in the no underwater situation. All the stuff that is underwater, I use the new one, Alex, that are very made for purpose, and they are approved by RINA. So I'm sure that the installation I did with a thick backing plate doesn't fail, especially in an open sea. I already write to one guy that, okay, I didn't sink for the valves, but I will sink if I hit a container floating in the ocean. So now we start with a new episode and thank you for joining me and thank you for writing me because I like your comment, I like your support and make me very happy to work for you and show you my process in restoring Hellos. So guys, we start now, we go. This is the Guidi valves and the name is Alex and you can see clearly the close position. Open and this is maximum. You can tight more than this. This is the finish. You can see here the neoprene and neoprene cover of the gate. It's not easy, but you can see the neoprene and open and close. I think this is very good. It's impossible to make mistake for open and close position because it's clearly right here. I think this is very good and I like it. Okay, here we are. So you can see the original setup of the water tank inside the Hallberg-Rassy 312 Hellos. This was the higher outtake of the water tank, the central water tank just here in the dinette. And I make this hole. The previous owner make a connection with the higher outtake to the tank in the bow. This was the water intake he used, but probably there was some problem in the pump because when you start the water pump you go vacuum inside here and the water doesn't come out. So I will use again this one for air intake, air out, and I make a new hole and I will glue it here. The new water intake that we receive the water from the tank with a hose that goes straight just under the showers, and the tank will be there. So now I need to glue this one and prepare everything for the connection with the two tanks. The tank is very thick, about 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters. So we'll use a water intake here with a small screw to take in place during the epoxy glued make his work. Now we'll make the small holes. You need to sand the stainless steel, if not, doesn't stitch with the glue. I will use the 8040 to make this type of joint because 8040 made by Checky stitch on the steel and other material. It's perfect for this type of job, you will see. This is the glue that I will use, epoxy, to join steel and fiberglass. A great cleaning with acetones to take off all the grease and all the dirty. Clean the stainless steel and now spread the glue on the base. The water intake is completely glued. We let the epoxy cured and job done. Now I need to pass this cable inside this conduit. This cable is the cable marine grade 1 50 tinned core. Moisture resistant is Ocean Flex, made in England. 50 millimeters thick is for our windlass. I need to crimp this lug here using this huge tool here. I hope to make a perfect crimp and we will see what's happened. I don't want to cut the strand. Oh! Very thick marine grade. Yes, this is correct. Okay, friends, I already make the holes for the conduit that bring power just inside there for the windlass. I use the laser to get the correct position on the holes. I already paint just inside to protect the plywood. And now I start to sand all the conduits ready to be connected with the control box. I need to pay a lot of attention, but I'm very happy. Work still going on. And now I need to go just there. inside here, just there, up. Okay guys, the cable is completely passed through. I need to fix on the support there. So I have a lot more cable spare that I will use for connect the battery and all the stuff. But for a moment, I finish this task. It's quite tidy. This is not tidy, this is tidy. I need to make a very smooth bend there. Okay, tidy. Hey guys, you already know these guys. George Harrison of Italy, or better known as Andrea the master, 40 years of experience in the marine field. He started to work when he was 12 years old, you can imagine, years ago. Now he's a master in make connection, hosing, seacock, engine, everything's very delicate inside the boat. We are close friends for about 15 years. And he always helped me to restore my boats. The first one, the folk boat, he made a lot of work inside, especially the seacock, and I know any drop of water entering in my boat. In this case, I think will be the same. Andrea put the hands, the water stay out. This is the payoff. Andrea is checking the send and return for the diesel tank. We use a silicone gasket and this type of silicone too to prevent any spill of diesel outside a diesel tank. You can see here the bend of the return is a little far away from the sender. This to avoid turbulence when the diesel came back to the tank. It's time to close the diesel tank. I hope that I don't need to open again the diesel tank for a while because it's pain in the ass. This is a very special glue that Riccardo of Ama Industries give me. This is a special one. It is made for purpose because he used to completely seal all the connection when he used the diesel or oil. I bought the best quality hose around that I approved by Lloyd and Rina. I'm very happy to get this type of stuff inside my boat. We used to warm up the hose because it's cold and they are very difficult to bend. It's time to connect the water hose in the main tank. We use a sanitation hose, is also made for water tank, not only for sanitation. So don't write me, you use a wrong hose to make this type of job. Don't worry, I already used it many times, it's perfectly safe for the water. You can imagine how difficulties to set up all this huge hose inside a boat. I need to make more big the passage, I need to cut some plywood, but it's very huge hose and I think they last forever, more than original that was installed years and years ago. The setup you can see now, that Andrea already did in many sailboats, is very nice because permit the hose stay very perpendicular to the bottom of the boat and you have a perfect suction of the water inside. I use a stainless steel hose 38mm wide and after that I connect with the white hose. For sure, guys, after you see this film, you can say that you can know how to use the grease inside the boat. And here we are, this is the setup. The big one hose is connected to the metal hose and the small one is attached to the big one. In this way, we have the manual bilge pump hose and the electric bilge pump hose all together. It's time to sign the perfect cut for the hose. Make all the setup for the bilge was quite difficult and involved a lot of smart idea to get the correct position of the hose, especially have the possibility to reach the bottom of the bilge. Andrea in this type of job is a master. He knows any single tricky to make this easy. It's time to connect the hose that bring the water from the main tank to the pump that make distribution of all the water inside Hellos. We use this type of filter, a Johnson filter. So I have two main filters. One is this one that you can see and the other one is near the electric pump. And this is another work Andrea did. We need to finish the connection just below the sink. We need to prepare the connection for the shower pump and we need to install the Guidi Alex valves. And of course, Andrea used to install the Guidi valves always the old method, the hemp and the green past. For sure, you don't have water inside the boat. It's like a puzzle to prepare the correct angle of the valves and the connection.
The stainless steel connection is one for the main sink, the other is for outlet of the shower pump. It's time to tighten the bolts and finally make the connection from the sink to the outside board. Job done! And now is move on the bow of Hellos because it need to make the bow water tank connection. In this case, is checking if the strip of wood could mask all the hose. And you will see in the next video that what's happened. When I take out all the old hose from the boat, I decide to make a very clever installation of the new one, and I try to understand the best way to do. Andrea helped me a lot and we really make a very better installation. I can say that I know any single centimeter of hose inside Hellos, and if there is any problem, I know immediately how to reach the position and how to solve the problem. Do it for your boat and you never be stuck. And this is the water transfer hose connection from both tanks. In this case, we put as very small valves to close eventually the passage of the water. And finally, this is the Hallberg-Rassy Galper grey water shower pump. I will use this shower pump to bring the water from the shower basin immediately outside the board. I don't want that the water of the shower goes straight in the bilge. You can imagine how shit you can find in the bilge. No more, please. This is the installation of the pump, but for sure I need to fix all the electric connection inside Hellos. But first I need to install the hot and water conduit inside Hellos, and this is the place where all will restart. You can see the V-Flow Jabso water pump on the left. On the right you can see the bilge pumper is water puppy. Also in this case Andrea make a very nice installation because make a very clever connection, a very clever passage of the hose. So Andrea is a master in this type of job. I let that Andrea organize everything because I can say very small words regarding this type of work. Andrea say, we do this one, hey, he do that one. And this is the last setup Andrea did. Cut a little small piece of wood to permit that the hose go just below them. So it's more clean installation. This is the last tight of bolt inside Hellos. Andrea finished his job for today. And here we are, Franco at work. He's a master in CAD design. He designed all my toy rail. I bring all the measure and all the template, but he put in the computer and he make all the connection. All those corrections are needed to get the best result possible of my tutorial. I prefer to have a tutorial made for myself than buy straight from Hallberg-Rassy. Why this? Because I want use the best tick around. I don't want use a second quality tick. And first of all, if in the next future I have some problem with the trail, I can immediately cut a piece of new one and change in a moment. This because all the design is inside the computer. I like this idea and I'm very happy. I completely spread my rail in the floor of the top deck, and we start from the stern and we arrive to the bow and we check any single piece to get the correct measure inside the computer. I need to say thanks to Franco that helped me a lot in this task. He's a very close friend. He passes all the day to work for his business and he always has some hours for me in the night to prepare this task. Thank you, Franco. Without you, I never do a perfect job like that one. So we are at the end of the video. I would like to say thank you to you for watching this video and please leave thumb up and this helped me a lot. If you have any comment, I'm very happy to reply to you, but leave your word just below and we will see the next video that for sure next week will be online. Sorry for the late publish, but this time of the year I'm very busy. We see in the next episode and ciao!